Okay, this is the install instruction video for the 2017-18 Husky bracket changeover kit. You'll be starting with a Baja Designs LED cast housing with their mounting bezel on it. You would have purchased our bracket changeover kit, and here's your Husqvarna mask that we're going to mount it in. Tools are needed. You're going to need a 2.5 millimeter Allen, a 4 millimeter Allen, and a 3/16 millimeter Allen. Yes, I said 3/16. Baja Designs puts metric bolts in the face and standard on the side of the housing. You're also going to need a T20 Torx for the screw for plastic for mounting in the mask. Now, first thing on the step on the install, we need to remove the large mounting bezel that Baja Designs includes. You'll be using your 4 millimeter Allen. For the video, for speed, we're going to use a power tool. So we're going to take these 4 bolts off. Try to do this in a low dust environment if you can. You do not need to take off this bezel. I'm sorry, the lens, but you still want it to be as dust free as possible. Lock tight these guys before you put them back in. We're not going to do that just for speed in this video. Get these nice and snug because that is the dust seal for these LEDs. Now we have the standard bezel in the LED. We're going to install the LED in the moto-minded bracket. We ship these with nuts on all 3 bolts. These are just for shipping, so we're going to take them off and discard them. This 3rd bolt here we're going to set aside. That's our bracket locking bolt. These are the 2 pivot bolts. They have the locking washers placed on these in position where they need to be when you assemble. So in between the bracket and the LED, these locking washers need to be. Move the nut. I start with the right bolt, so just for now remove the left locking washer and bolt. I slide this bolt back just so it hangs on to the locking washer. Grab the LED. You're going to be mounting in the forward holes in the housing, and you're going to go in from the front of the bracket. Slide it in, try to align, and then hand tighten to start, and then grab your tool and get it in snug. What we're doing is we're getting it snug so it grips, the washer will start to grip in the plastic bracket. That also gives us a little room to slide in the locking bolt on the other side. I like to use one of the Allens to kind of get that locking washer aligned in the hole with the tapped hole in the housing of the bracket. And once you have that, drop your bolt in. Oh. Slide out. And tighten start, and finish with your tool. Now, once that's snug, get it to where there's a tightness where you've got to push there's a good amount of friction, and you want it not to move while you're riding the bike. So you could grab it. The idea is we call it grab and aim adjustment. So there's enough friction where you can reach and grab and adjust that aim, and after a couple rides, when you determine this is the position I like the LED to be in, then you take your 3rd bolt and install this guy. Once this guy's installed, it will not move, not even in race condition. We recommend you start about the point where the front of the LED is close to flush with the bottom of the bracket. That's a good place to start with your bracket. Okay, we have our LED in the bracket. Now we're going to put it in the housing, sorry, in the mask. We're going to prep our little screw for plastic and take out use the 4mm Allens to take out the top mounting bolts. We ship these Loctited, so you do not need to reapply. Now, the trick on the Husky, you cannot quite get it to where you can install it from the front, so we recommend you drop from the back. What you do is bring the bottom of the bracket down into the mask into a pocket, and what that does is, now you can see it frees up some room, so you can just basically press and push this forward. Now these guys are nice and aligned. Top bolts are aligned. You could reinstall. Again, I suggest starting hand tighten it first and then use the tool to snug it in. Now, third mounting point is the bottom bracket. You have a choice on the Husqvarna, 2 positions. If you find you need a little more lower starting point for your aim, mount in the back position. But we designed the LED to go into the forward of the 2 holes in the mask. Take your bolt, drop it in, and then use your T20 Torx to snug this guy up. Now this is what they call a screw for plastic, and hand tighten this guy. I do not suggest using an impact, so you can kind of feel when that plastic starts to grip, because these are kind of easy to strip out, so be careful with that. So once it's in the mask, now you're ready to install in the bike and go for a ride. Thank you.